The main event of this afternoon's proceedings. First, before I introduce the band, I think really we deserve to put our hands together for Brian and David for putting on a wonderful event. Thank you very much, guys. It's been great. There are still some of you who have pledged for Fly From Here return trip that actually haven't picked your CDs up yet. So, outside, upstairs, where Roger is doing the signing, Daniel has a box full of them for you. Please make certain if you pledged and you haven't picked your CD up, that you pick it up after this. And those CDs, if you didn't pledge, will be on sale at the merchandise stall throughout the night's show. Now, one more announcement, which I think you'll find incredibly exciting before we invite some of the guys on stage. YES are on stage tonight at 8 p.m. But I would say get your seats by at least 5 to 8, because a certain Mr. William Bruford will be introducing the band tonight, which I can tell you I've just found out and I'm really excited about. But, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Steve Howe, Mr. Alan White and Mr. Jeffrey Downs. I've already been acknowledged by Mr. Howe to keep it to speak quieter, so I will, sorry about that. Brilliant to see you, gentlemen, and can I say congratulations on a remarkable achievement for celebrating 50 years. Absolutely superb. What we want to talk about, though, is because we're launching Fly From Here return trip today, which obviously I've just told the audience will be on sale. I have to say, I liked the original, but I listened to the new one and it blew me away. It's so bristling with energy and life. Absolutely fantastic achievement.
Yeah, I think Trevor's going to take a lot of credit for what he's done there, because I know that we wrote, Trevor and I wrote quite a lot of material on that album, and I think that it was kind of in his DNA, to actually do that one day, and I think that he'd been going on about it for a while, and he said, I'd really like to actually sing this album myself. So, all credit to him, he spent so much time on it, really getting it, to his high level of expectation, which he's always done throughout his career, and I think he's done a great job. But, I think it's nice for the fans to have a revisit of the album, because it sort of takes it back to a sort of source material in a way.
Indeed, because as you said, I mean, some of the material you've written, but it must have been great to reunite that drama lineup. Because obviously you worked with Trevor. Trevor produced the album anyway, but for me, drama, I got into YES when drama came out. And I think it's an album that's aged superbly, and it's a really great record. So it's wonderful to hear that lineup working so well.
Well, it's nice to have that lineup again, converted, like, as we said, as Jess said so well, Fly From Here, bringing Trevor, he wanted to do it, it's the desire he had, and partly, as Jeff explained, because his involvement in the lyrics on those songs was pretty big, on the Fly From Here suite. So, and the other songs, so it's really lovely, but also the album's got the extended Japanese-only version of Our Need, which is quite extended. I think it's a 6-minute song now. And also a bonus track that's unreleased with Chris Squire playing bass, and it's called Don't Take No for an Answer. So that's on there as well. So it is a bit more of the complete story, if you like, of Fly From Here.
I think obviously, Chris was such a massive part of YES. I know some of his family are here tonight. It's wonderful that they're here to celebrate this. YES50 as well. I'd be right in saying it was certainly the album was the strongest that you've done for a while, and you really captured a band in full flight, which you weren't really let up, because you kept that going ever since.
Are you talking about Fly From Here?
Fly From Here onwards, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a 10-year gap between Magnification, The Ladder, and Open Your were all very kind of diverse albums, but I think, you know, having Trevor back on Palladium here, even on the initial version, you know, brought back a lot of YES sensibilities, you know, in the arrangements and the care that Trevor puts into, you know, the work with us. It's great. And so, yeah, I mean, it's an all-round must-have.
Well, the reason those albums were diverse is because the band's very diverse. We made a lot of music that was kind of out there, but we had a plan in our heads, and whatever came out of us, you know. And it was a matter of just moving through time. And Fly From Here, another extension, basically. Just Trevor Horn had a dream, if you like, and it was a whole concept, and we all thought it was beautiful, and Jeff, of course, came up with a bunch of stuff for that album, and it was well done.
It was very hard because the very first time the guys invited me back into the band, which was 2011, and Benoit was the singer at the time of the band, and I think there were 5 of us sitting in the studio, and it was almost like the clock was turned back to 1980 when we made the drum record, and everyone just clicked. It was almost automatically just all sort of fell in together again, and it was a great feeling to be back in that situation.
Tonight, of course, is a huge celebration of an immense career that's still ongoing. You all must be immeasurably proud of what YES have achieved up until now.
I mean, you know, when I joined in 1970, they'd already done 2 fantastic albums, you know, and and then the periods that I wasn't there, of course, you know, both Jeff and I were busy with Asia, and Alan was busy with the new YES. You know, basically, but like we talked about the recording process, you know, Open Your Eyes was the first album we did, besides The Keys to Ascension, which I think the studio tracks are actually very, very nice. Open Your Eyes saw Billy, who's going to join us in a minute, come in the band for the first time, and then The Ladder was a really exceptional album because Bruce Fairbairn, we didn't know it was going to be his last record, and he's a sensational producer. And yes, he came in and, you know, made us remember how to make records, you know, and he was a traditionalist, and he went through the process with us to make that record. But then magnification, you know what the guys do through, everything we just learned right out the door. Just sat in the studio and said, well, what should we play? You know, which is not the best way to make a record, but, you know, we got there with the orchestral works and everything. But as we said, 10 years gap in the change of lineups, and 3 years, you know, when we didn't do anything, 05, 06, 07, when there was no visible sign. That's partly why Jeff and I were busy with Asia at that time. So, yeah, the Fly From Here does, the first one does, you know, designate a certain period that from 2008, of course, Alan and Chris and I kept the band rolling with Oliver Wakeman.
I think it's a testament to YES's music, you know, how many people it's touched, and you know, the fact that you guys are all here today is amazing. Thank you for coming, all of you.
We're going to bring the new guys on in a minute, but before they get here, you know, a momentous occasion, your 50th anniversary of YES. How do you go about sorting out a set list for a show like we're going to get tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm not on. I'm only on, I think, three or four studio albums. So 3 studio albums. You better ask the old timer here, who's been in the band for the last 47 years.
And I was the youngest one in the band for a long time. You know, I've been, I guess, doing it 47 years in July. But it's been a great journey. Lots of in and outs of people and different scenarios, different different albums, different eras, moving through all kinds of changes, and musically, that made Yes colors change. It's like chameleon. And basically, the lineup right now is very great. Very, very talented people in the band right now. And I really think maybe in the future, I'm not sure when, but there could be some great music coming from this.
You mentioned the new lineup, and we're going to bring in the new guys. The guys that are keeping these legends on their toes. Please welcome to the stage Billy Sherwood, John Davison, Jay Shannon. Right, we have got enough seats. Okay, welcome guys. For you, it must be, because you're all Yes fans, weren't you, before you joined the band. This must be amazing. Is it a kind of pinch me, am I still awake moment to be on stage celebrating 50 years of Yes with Steve Howe, Alan White and Jeffrey Downs?
Yeah, there are a lot of those moments, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Fan for many, many, many years.
I like the band.
Alan spoke of what a great lineup this one is. If I can ask, perhaps if you pass the mic back to Steve, what it is that you feel these young guys bring to the band today?
Oh, I don't know. Of course, they bring their energy. Whatever age you are, you got to have the energy. You got to have the commitment. You got to have the love. And you've got to be available. These guys are available. But much more than that, of course, this is a refinement of a band that's been going 50 years, so it's a refinement, and we're really enjoying ourselves. I think the fact that this band lineup can laugh and have a joke is a great sign. I've got to tell you, it's a good sign. Music's never been all just heartache. You know what I mean? That's not great music, it's just the heartache. So we got the nice balance of kicking back and having some fun and digging each other's performances. That's the key to it, of course. But mostly, it's communication on stage when that's really nicely tweaked. We've only got to give a look or a smile or whatever the thing is. It's very minimal. It's more like jazz. In the jazz band, the guy doesn't get up and go, "Okay, now you solo." What happens is the other guy finishes solo and he just kind of goes, just one look, So I think we're at the one look stage. Just one look and you can say it all. It's so
John, it's not an easy task what you do, and I think everybody has said you manage it with great aplomb, and you really take it to
Thank you.
And of course, Billy, because Chris was such a huge figure in this. But he wanted you to do what you're doing, to carry this on, didn't he?
Yeah, Chris and I had a very long relationship as friends and musical partners, going back to meeting in 1988, 89. And he knew that I loved the band, and obviously I've been in the band before in different capacities, playing, producing, mixing, etc. Never expected what's happened now, but when Chris called and started speaking to me about it, there was absolutely no way I was going to say no. And his passion and desire was for the band to keep going forward, and which is a real testament to Chris and the kind of guy he was. That, how many rock stars on that level hand the keys to the car to someone else and say keep going, So it's an amazing thing about Chris.
Rock Magazine, the next issue that's out next week, I think, celebrates 50 years of Yes. I think we've spoken to all of you guys and Trevor Horn, and talking to Trevor about fly from here to return trip, asking about who he was working on it. He said, well, while I was doing that, these guys were relearning topographic oceans to play live. Now, you guys made that record, but you young pups, how difficult was it for you guys to learn Tales from Topographic Oceans?
I played to it daily as a kid, you know. When I first started getting into music, drums were really my first instrument. I still play drums. I love to play drums. And you know, Alan was always my hero. I went out and bought the Stan Smith shoes and the wristbands, thinking that would help me get to be a better drummer. And so that music was embedded in my mind from a very early age. And you know, it was already in there. So when it came time to start talking about playing it, I was eager to do it because I'd already kind of known a lot of it, so all of it.
Now, my story is similar because I got the call for the summer tour in 2016, and Alan's been my hero since I was very young. Absolutely, right. And so Billy gave me a call, and they were asking me to join them for the 2016 summer tour. And he told me that Topographic was on it, and I used to every day after school just go into my den, pop that on my little record player, and just psych myself out and play the Topographic record. And so Billy told me that. He says, you know, listen, it's going to be, you know, a meal here, you know. It's going to be Topographic Oceans, right? I said, hey, I think about that. Call me back. So then I just got on my practice set and played it through, and it all came back. And that's back when I was 13 years old. So he came back and I called Billy and he said, no worries, I got it. It's good. It's all good.
Let me tell you the truth about Topographic. None of us knew what we were doing at all. And we left it to Eddie offered to piece it all together. I mean, it was some very, very strange sessions we had back then. I mean, Rick Wake went building palm trees in the studio and Jersey cows. Oh man, it was crazy. We were just experimenting our brains out. I think we had 3 months rehearsal in Madrigal, and then luckily enough the whole thing pieced together, but everybody thought we were crazy to release an album with 4 songs in it on a double album. Yeah, and it was kind of like that. The press received it like that, but now it's turned around, and that's one of the most liked albums of the band. It's really incredible.
It sounds like we didn't know what we were doing. Of course, there was a seed of an idea that John Anderson and I had written some of the songs, and all we had to do was convince these other 3 guys, you know, Rick and Chris and Alan, that all was all right, it's going to be all right, we'd get there. And sometimes the guys would say, what are we doing here? And we go, well, like, we're going to go off into this. And they'd go, are you sure about this? So we did have to, John and I did have to do some convincing at the time, just to stir it along. When John got really tired, he'd kind of go, he'd go out the room, and then I'd know that it was my task to try and keep this session going. Are we going to practice this, guys? It'll be all right. So it did take belief. That as we went on, of course, the belief got stronger between us all, and we saw the picture. You know, we got the whole picture. Having said that, you know, we only made 1 concept album in the entire 50 years. So let's hear it for Topographic.
Alluded to it, and I'd get lynched, I think, by everyone out there if I didn't ask the question before you go and get ready for tonight's show. Can we expect new music from YES at some point in the future?
Well, you know, I never like to say yeah for certain, you know, it's going to be out in 3 weeks, you know, because it's not, you know, but people do like to build up, you know, before you got it. And I always think, you know, we want to get the pace and get an area that we know we've got the song before we start talking more about it. But it's you know, it's very likely that we'll get something, you know, developed, kind of cultivated, and possibly released. So, you know, it could happen. It should happen. And it may happen.
That's the thing about Yes, is we pay a lot of attention to detail. So we just want to make sure it's a damn good album, and it's something that a lot of fans like you guys will enjoy.
So I think it'd be true to say that of all your peers, Yes remain unique and stand out. Not only was the music of such a high quality and it was so exploratory and inventive and creative, but it's a big family that has been over the years, and it's amazing to see. I mean, perhaps more than any other band in the progressive realm, Yes's impact and influence spreads through so many other bands. And I think that is a remarkable thing, and what tonight's celebration, should concentrate on. What a unique and special band Yes are. Wants you guys to go and chill and get ready for tonight's show. So all it leaves me to do is to say thank you ever so much for joining me on stage with Steve Howe, Alan White, Jeffrey Howe,